Hello wonderful people, Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel, and today I'm going to be doing a live review of the new tune from Marauda, that Marauda song. Right, I'm going to keep this introduction as brief as possible because it is now 7 o'clock in the UK and I want to get this video out today if possible. But yeah, Hamish, my man, if you're watching this, I would really appreciate your tracks coming out at 12 AM when that minute hits on the day of release, whatever day it might be. But yeah, anyway, first standalone single for Marauda of the year, you know, had a track on the latest Malignant comp, but nothing beyond that, if I remember right, to my knowledge in 2021 so far. But yeah, here we go, this track, hearing it here for the first time, going to play it a couple of times, provide comment along the way. You know how we do, let's go. Okay, straight into it. Following the very up-to-date trend of having an introduction, a drop, a build, and another drop, like a double drop kind of situation. Started very promising with the introduction and kind of reminded me of Home, actually, also by Marauda. Just a very deep, melancholic feel to it. Could really feel a kind of emotional attachment from it, or with it, sorry, from the very off. And yeah, that just kind of set a platform and a foundation for doing great things, I suppose. But it was cut so short, that introduction, and that is something that I've had a bit of an issue with. Well, I've taken issue with it. With Marauda's music, with that kind of, you know, technique that he has sometimes where it's getting into its stride a bit and then it's just cut short by the build coming in out of nowhere, just very quickly, very abruptly. And that happened again here when the introduction could, yeah, just have been lengthened out, drawn out way more just to create that atmosphere, give it a bit more body, and just provide, yeah, more for that opening section, which would have made for a much more scenic, atmospheric, and I think just more impressive introduction and opening overall. The build was quite long from what I remember, could have been cut short a bit. And then the heaviness, which, yeah, I mean, you can probably guess what I'm going to say about it. Maybe not completely, but when I say that it just felt a bit flat to me and that, you know, the backdrop wasn't quite sharp and, you know, backing up the idea we had enough, then you can probably guess exactly what I'm going to be talking about here. When you have an idea like that that isn't markedly or that dissimilar from quite a bit of stuff that he's put out in recent times, then yeah, if that's the case, then the backdrop, you know, everything about it just has to sound so sharp. Like, it has to have something about it that is remarkable if the ideas aren't that, you know, just don't differ that much from what he's put out in recent times. So on all fronts here, I kind of hear it and I'm just like, man, you can do so much better. Like, it's fine, it's okay, it's agreeable, I would say, but can't really go beyond that. And then besides the heaviness, it's just, again, that thing of, you know, this trend that people are kind of going for, producers, artists, whatever, of just having a build straight after the first drop and then going straight into a second drop. It's a substitute, having another quick build, a bit of a replica from the build before, for having a drawn out midsection to kind of provide that that midway moment, that scenic moment. I can't imagine that I'm going to have any kind of different thoughts when I hear it again, but that is what I'm going to do right here, right now. Yeah, that is what I'm going to do right now. That Marauda song by Marauda. Yeah, second listen. Let's go. Beautiful. So lovely. And then straight into that, like the disconnect out of nowhere is just that sample's pretty good, to be fair. Drop it like it's hot. It's got a decent bounce to it, to be fair, like kinda. But yeah, beyond that, I'm just like, I don't know. If you hear his earlier stuff, for the most part, just the way in which it's executed compared to this, what we get right here. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly how important a snare is for unleashing a tune. Like, if you don't think that by now, if you don't get it, like, listen to more music, genuinely. Like, go and hear some of his older stuff, hear it against this tune. The differences are stark, and I don't get how one reverts to this when it was like that before. You know, last thing I want to do right here in this review is just make it overly negative and just too much on that front, because fundamentally, ultimately, Marauda, one of my favourite producers of the last few years, undoubtedly, made some of my favourite tunes of all time, you know, not just in bass music, but overall, you know, no denying that, and made some of the most important tunes for me getting into this music and just, you know, doing what I'm doing today. But this just feels like such a far cry from the stuff or just what he's best at. The production wise, the ideas wise, just everything about it, structure even as well. The way in which that introduction is just cut off when, you know, he's just onto something, you know, really onto a winner with those opening few seconds. Like, it is so similar to so much stuff that he's put out in the last year or so, like I said earlier. But having said that, at the same time, it doesn't really feel like him. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have that sheen, that Marauda sheen on it, that kind of gloss that, you know, everyone came to know and love his music for. I've got to say what I think, you know, that's my job. And I don't know, it just doesn't really feel like him. It feels a bit just quickly, rashly put together, a bit haphazard. You know, it isn't all bad, it isn't all negative. The introduction, what we got of it, I think was good, very emotional, again, melancholic. Loved that, over too quick, which was a shame, but that was a good opening. And I do enjoy, actually, the bounce of that first drop. It's nice. The outro is quite good as well, but beyond that, yeah, it just feels a bit thrown together. It feels a bit ordinary, feels a bit straightforward, like I'm not learning anything new or getting anything new or different from Marauda with this tune. I don't think he'd want to sit there and hear me just bigging up or lying about what I think about his tune, because, you know, I've heard him be one of the best in the scene. 100%. This is what I'm saying, like, he can do so much better. You know, his earlier stuff is absolutely a testament to that. But the last year or half year or so, whatever, he just doesn't really feel like he's, I don't know, pulling up any trees. It doesn't feel like he's really kind of matching that earlier form that he had. There will be people who enjoy this a lot. But yeah, for me, it's just, yeah, a far cry from what he's best at, and not reminding me of his best qualities, just for me. But yeah, that is going to have to be my thoughts on that. But there we go, that Marauda song, live review, my reaction, my thoughts. What do you guys make of it? Passing it off to you guys now. Yeah, what do you make of it overall? your favourite parts, stuff which you think could have maybe been improved. Drop all of your thoughts, views and opinions in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you are yet to, hit the bell along the way, and all the necessary links are down below. You got your Twitch, your Patreon, you got all your social media accounts, everything Nawtystep affiliated and associated. It's down below. Go and check it out if you haven't already. But yeah, keep it naughty, guys. If it's naughty, then you know. And I shall see all of you legends in the next one. Peace.